Just want to let you lot know that if you're watching this clip on the Fozcast YouTube channel, the full episode is now available to watch exclusively on Spotify, and it's free. Come on. Quickest player you've played with, 100-metre race, who would win it?
Sadio Mane.
Oh, really? That's
a
good one.
Shane Long.
Longy, mate, longy. At first, like 30, 40, 50 metres.
Absolute. Oh, he's a machine, isn't he?
He is a machine.
I'd love to play with him because he's just such a good player.
Mate, he would flick his own headers on.
Yeah.
He would flick his own headers on and run round them. Honestly.
The most annoying thing about him is like he wasn't like a gym guy. Like
no.
you see lads, I have to go in the gym to obviously keep myself fit and trying to keep myself up to speed, and he's
natural.
Yeah, but he's such a good guy.
He wasn't. I always think I remember about him as a player is that he wasn't. Am I right in saying he wasn't particularly tall?
No,
but he could really jump, couldn't
that
he?
Jump, mate.
Yeah,
that jump was frightening, wasn't it? Yeah,
he'd be so high and powerful. Great lad, great player.
Yeah, he was underrated. I'd give that to him.
I'm guessing who you'd back in a marathon is going to be James McLean.
There's no one close. Honestly,
no one close.
I've never seen anything like it. The guy is unbelievable.
Right, I want to talk about what is next for Jay Rodriguez. How long further you want to play? 34 years old now. What does life after football look like for you? But first, any injuries? I want to talk about any injuries you might have had in your career, and just what it does to you as not only as a footballer, as a person. Does it do you head in?
Obviously, I had the ACL, which was at the time was a killer.
What year was this?
2013,
14 season. So
Southampton.
Southampton. Yeah.
Versus City when you did the ACL.
Yeah.
April time.
Yeah, I jumped up and tried to bring a ball down. Probably shouldn't have done it, but.
What did your leg just buckle? Knee buckled?
I've jumped up really hard, turned, tried to push off. My knee slipped, and you go in that position, and then you've done something serious. But that was obviously they're big injuries, aren't they? But obviously you get your head around it. I explained to you earlier that I think it was like 6 months in, felt really strong. I was obsessed in coming back quicker and stronger. There was just something not right with me. Not as in not right, just a little bit of tightness. So the surgeon wanted to have a look at it. So he went inside.
Would it swell at all?
A little bit of swelling, yeah. So it was like, let's see what's happening. It's going to knock you back, say a month. That's nothing in terms of the long term thing. Had a little small surgery, come back, and then that night it was said it was throbbing. The pain was getting worse and worse to a point where I was like, this pain I cannot keep.
And that was the day of the surgery. So literally, you had it in the morning, and then
I think it was the night. Yeah, because I got home. I remember I was in bed. I was just like, this pain's excruciating, and I ended up going straight to, I think it was Nuffield. It was at the hospital, and then it was like 3 weeks of trying to get rid of this infection. So,
you had an infection in it from the operation?
Yeah, I think. Well, I still don't know if it was from the infection, but it was after that. So you never know what where it's come from, but you kind of think it is that. But that's the luck of the draw sometimes. But yeah, it was a case of it got to a point where I was poorly, I was ill. My wife she did all sorts in terms of like keeping me upbeat, and the doctors there were great. Like, I've always got massive respect for them people, especially Southampton as a club. They helped me through the toughest times. And it wiped me out. Like I said, I was quite big, strong, and looked after myself, and literally I came to nothing. They were nothing to me. And then they were like, my missus told me afterwards, once they got rid of the infection, they found the bug, it was the bacteria. Then I was like, kind of like, am I okay? They're like, yeah, your knees, luckily it's fine, it's not been affected. Now it's just getting yourself healthy, and then you rebuild yourself. So it's basically doing your knee again if it's such the time frame. So I spent probably that a year, I think it might have been a year and 3 months out in total.
Wow, 15 months.
Yeah, so it was a long stint, but I think when you always have that, you've got a career to play after it, then you kind of, it gives you different perspectives on life and stuff. And like I said, like my wife said to me at one point, they were saying like, with this infection, you can't let it spread to, your organs and everything. It can make you really poorly. So are we going to chop the leg off, that type of thing? It was like,
that was a genuine part of the conversation.
Yeah, my wife said, and it was like the doctors were talking. I don't think how close it was to doing that, but they were talking about things. Yeah, because we can't get on top of this bacteria, whatever it is. And then one guy found which bacteria it was, and I was fine.
And you had the antibiotics and to get rid.
Yeah, but then obviously the aftermath, I was just so skinny.
So
I couldn't sit down. It was like,
what does that do for you then? Because I think people see players that get injured and think, oh, like he's just, he can have a nice chill now. It's like, but it's not like that, is it? They forget about the person. They forget about the human being and what this does, what toll this takes on you. It ruins your life, basically, doesn't it?
Yeah, literally, because all you think about is your knee and you think about getting back and fit and stuff. So obviously it affects everyone around you. Like I said, my wife's unbelievable. Obviously, we was 2 down south, and I've got a great family and friends support. So I always feel lucky in that sense anyway. But when that hit, it really hurt me for a bit. But then once you realise that you've got an end goal, you just crack on. Then I've always cracked on. I always think there's worse things. It's always a worse situation.
Yeah, true that.
So for me, I'm like, look, I'm very lucky now. So when people say, oh, that time and the knee injuries, I bet you're gutted and that. I'm like, no, actually, I'm probably the luckiest person because I've still had a great career and still playing now. So I look at it that way.
That's the beauty of it. You got to learn from these kind of things. The setbacks. If you learn from the setbacks, makes you stronger, mate. How long were you in hospital for, by the way?
I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks.
Wow,
it's a long time to be in hospital.
Wow,
I was off my head most of it, so.
All right, yeah,
not too bad.
morphine, gas and air.
Yeah, unbelievable. But it was a long stint, and like I say, thankfully, touch wood, everything's fine, and nothing were affected to my knee, so it was kind of like, crack on, get yourself.
And what's it like now? Good as gold?
Yeah, good. Yeah, you just have to do. I was talking to you. I think it's just your age that you have to do. When you're 20, you just turn up for training, train, then you do whatever you want. But now you're stretching, yoga, ice baths. You're constantly doing something. It winds and misses up, but it's what you got to do.
You got to, mate. It's called prehab. You have to do it. You have to get ready. You have to warm up. You have to warm down. You have to eat right. You have to look at the foods that you're eating. I remember getting towards the end of my career and having to take loads more tablets, like collagen tablets, and all these kind of like glucosamine tablets.
Is that something that you did off your own back, or
no? The club push it. You get to a certain age, so every season you turn up for pre-season training and they do your bloods. So they'll do full scans, full checks of everything, your bloods, they'll check your markers, your levels, and they'll check your deficiencies of all the vitamins and minerals, all that kind of stuff. And they're like, right, you're a bit low in this, so you need to take more of that. And at your age as well, you should start taking this. And that's it. In the morning, you turn up, you've got a pot of 10, 12 pills, all sorts of bits and bobs, yeah.
Wow, okay.
Obviously, you don't have to take them, but you'd be a fool not to,
That's
really.
good. And Jay, you're 34, still going strong. Obviously, it's got to be in your mind now about what's next. Have you kind of given that much thought?
You obviously think about it. I think you never say never, but I don't see myself coaching. I don't think for only reason I don't think I'd be very good at it. But yeah, I think
why not?
I just don't know. I just find it really hard to put your message across. And I'd want to give the players everything. I know it takes the work that I see. It takes a lot out of people to do that. And I think when you've been in football for so long, you kind of maybe try and do something different. But I'm not too sure yet. I think obviously I've got a lot to give back to football, but in what sense I don't know. But yeah, I think I've got another 2 years, I'd say, playing. So yeah, I really want to give everything to that, and then
see what's what.
See what's what. Yeah. I don't think podcasting would be great for me. Like I said, it'd be just pure subtitle.
Subtitle like that.
Do you know what I mean?
Benny or not.
But you're likeable though, Benny.
Thanks everybody for watching. We hope you enjoyed this clip of the Fozcast. If you would like to watch the full episode, it is now available exclusively on Spotify for free.